Welcome family to Creepy Powder, and it's my new channel. So in here we are based on all the creepy facts and creepy documentaries which are going to be explained to you. I'm happy that I'm making a new channel, so please support me and please just share the video as much as you can. So today we are going to talk about the VALLECAS case. So it's a creepy case which was like documentary in 1990 Madrid City, Spain. So this was done in 1990 Madrid City, Spain. So this was done in an apartment called VALLECAS apartment. This apartment is the main place where it took place. Okay, the VALLECAS apartment was an apartment which was good and normal before this case was done. So VALLECAS apartment is in Spain, as I told, Madrid City and Spain. So now the family which lived here was Lazaro family. It was a very good and happy family, but the things were changed when this issue came up. So the VALLECAS case is such an horrible case, which was very interesting thrill, and it's like sad to tell that she's no more. Her name is Stefania Gutierrez. She's no more between us. So the family head was Mr. Gutierrez and his wife Mrs. Gutierrez, and they had the three children. So Stefina Gutierrez was the eldest child, the case is based on completely on her. This the investigators, like police, teachers, neighbors, everyone. It was not a normal case, and the shocking incident is that it was filed like it's a paranormal case, which is very shocking for us. Even by police it was filed, it was a paranormal case. This is very disappointing for us that even police couldn't research on it and find a proper evidence to prove that it's not a paranormal case. It's just like it's a murder or something else. So let's go into it more deep. So Estefina Gutierrez was a school-going girl who was almost in the high school. Main story and the creation this issue was created on just based on her best friend. Like her best friend had a boyfriend. Like he died in a bike accident during the school time. So her best friend was in depression, and as she was in depression, she stopped going to school, and she felt lonely. And this wasn't, as everyone know, that we cannot see our best friend to be in depression. Stefina concerned about Susie. So Stefina, she thought that if she had made a way that for Susie to talk to her boyfriend, she would come back to a good mood. It was what she thought. So she started going for libraries and collecting some information about some black magics and some other ways from which she could make Susie talk to her boyfriend. So after collecting some information and reading some books about some black magic and rituals, she collected information about Uja. This is where actually the problem had occurred. After this, she was a happy girl who used to talk to everyone, but now the situation was completely changed. Now she was an introvert and she didn't talk much to others. So once she was she started screaming at night and just walking at midnight, walking here and there, in and out at home at midnight. So this is what made her parent concerned about her. So they went to the hospital and took some reports about her. According to the reports, it told that she was completely healthy and she didn't had any issues. This was what the report told. So from here we can get to know that something was wrong with her. So after this, her mother went and talked to her about it. She was like, I know I'm concerned about you as you're my child. I know something is wrong with you. Please explain to me. Don't feel shy. Tell me whatever let it be. We'll just find out some solution for it. She told that some black entity was following her, and it was completely disturbing her at home. and which made his mother more concerned about her. So the next day she took Stefina to the church, and once she had took her to church, the father told nothing was wrong to her and there was no problem or issue like any spirit in her body. So this confirmed that nothing was like inside her body or anything. So this tells us that like she wasn't harmed by any entity inside her body. It was which was there in her house. After this, she got blessings and they just came out of church and they were back to home. After some time, it was like so bad. The situation became more worse than it was usual. She wasn't harming anyone, but now she started, as there were three children. Now she had started harming her siblings by like physically and both mentally. Like not like easy to express what she did to her siblings. So next, what had happened was very bad. She was admitted into a hospital. It was very bad. Her condition was completely bad. Like you guys cannot even imagine how bad her condition was. Her parents were still in confidence that she would get cured, but their confidence went down as they got the information that she was dead in hospital. The most worst and very creepy thing what had happened in a documentary, and this tells us that you cannot even imagine what it told. Even though the oxygen mask was there on her, it's like too horrible even for me to explain you guys. It's like she was choked and she didn't breathe, could breathe properly, and that was what led to her death. In the hospital, no chance that someone could enter and kill her. And she's a school-going girl. No one could take a revenge on her. So where the case gets more complex. So after this, the case was done and they finally filed it as a paranormal case. So like we are done with the half part and next part is more creepier, guys. So I'll just take a small break. Sorry for interrupting, guys. So we'll just continue our video and like next part soon, like just in 5 minutes more. The actual thing I wanted to tell you guys is like if you need to like promote your app or anything or promote your products, so you can send your product to us. We'll do the unboxing and we'll get the video for you and we'll even post it in our account. So, and also one more important thing is that if you guys have any interesting documentaries or interesting like scenes or some information that had actually happened with you, it's just like the account is all about creepiness and some horror. So if you have gone through any horror incident, just send it to me, which will help me in making a good content for you guys. Yeah, and that's it. We'll just start continuing it. Yes guys, we are back again for the next part. As I had told, she had Stefina had died in the hospital. Next day, her the people of church came and did cleansing in her home, and after that, after some days, it's not like some days. It was a short time. Then it was like, now the things you're going to hear is very creepy. Just give your time for it and hear it properly. Actually, what had happened was, when Mrs. Gutierrez was working and Mr. Gutierrez was in work and her children were in school, Mrs. Gutierrez heard some whispering from Stefina's room in the up. Like they had done cleansing and kept Stefina's photo and locked the room completely. It's like no one could enter the room. The shocking thing is, no one was there at home living Mrs. Gutierrez, and no one could even enter Stefina's room. But the voice was completely coming from Stefina's room, and it was like whispering voice. As I was telling, when she went up and opened the door, she saw that everything was scrambled. Like the things in room were scrambled, her favorite things, all were kept in room. Everything was completely scrambled, and it was impossible because no one had entered her room. Yeah, and after this, when everyone were at home, like creepy things started happening in their home, like some voices coming at night from the room, and locks were breaking. Like they had brought a new lock and locked the room. The door was opening. Like the reason they brought a lock was the door was opening even though they locked from the bolt. So they brought a lock and locked the room. Next day, the shocking thing and the creepy thing is lock was breaking continuously as they kept on bringing new locks, and this was up to a horrible level. Then when they spoke to her teachers, like Stefina's teachers in school, one teacher told that once she had completed her class and she was coming down, she saw them playing a spiritual game called Ouija board. As she saw that they were playing a spiritual game called Ouija board, and the teacher was completely angry because there were 5 girls. They were playing the game in the corridor. Teacher is coming and students are playing something in that too in the corridor. So which made the teacher angry, and she broke the board where the problem actually started. Everyone saw, including the teacher, that something like a white light of ball went into Stefina's mouth. It was then after that 6 months which was horrible for Stefina, and which led to her death. This was what the statement given by her teacher. As we all know, as we have seen in films, her parents were attacked and her siblings were attacked, like Stefina's siblings. But it's not a completely solved issue. Still now no one is there at home, so police came. It was a rainy day. So like guys, this is the last part. It was a rainy day and it was at night. Everyone was sitting. Like the things in the home started scrambling from here to there, and it was like someone was throwing things here to there, and they were trying to attack the family members. Yeah. So the family members got very concerned and they just brought their children out. Mr. Gutierrez and Mrs. Gutierrez brought their children out, and they didn't even care that it was a rainy day. They stood in rain and just watched the balcony of their house. It was like someone, even when they had called the cops, when the cops had came, even the cops saw it through their eyes. It was like someone or a black entity was seeing on them from the balcony. And once the cops had entered the home, they had seen everything scrambled, and still the voice was coming. Like it was a very loud scream which was coming from Stefina's room. So the cops decided to seal the home, and still at present situation, still the family is living in there. And yeah, the house is completely sealed now, and no one is there at the house at present. So yeah guys, this is the video of today. So thank you. Please subscribe to my channel and please share it max. Thank you.